Snoop Dogg announced Death Row Gospel album. He releasing that April 24th, dedicated to his late mother. Look, boo hoo, yeah, boo hoo, bro. He say he's gonna use his platform to spread love and positivity. Look, this is blasphemy. Blasphemy. Once people start realizing that this man has been a snake and full of shit for all these years, he want to turn to Jesus. He want to turn to Jesus. He want to sing the gospel. Bro, that album is going to be basura and garbage, just like the missionary album, especially if he's on any of them. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. When it doesn't come from the soul, even the most spiritual of the spiritual won't believe it. A nigga understand that you just shape shifting. Yeah, you just shape shifting, bro. It's a funny time, a ironic time to put out a gospel album, bro. Answer Danny. Yeah, answer Danny Boy. Danny Boy say you gave that man a baddie chain, a fake ass baddie chain, which makes me believe, I'm obliged to believe you was trying to fuck him. Yeah, just being honest, just being real. Drop it, allegedly. Drop it in the comments, bro. But don't turn to religion because you want to, you trying to build some power with the people. You know what I mean? You need some people to say, oh, he's trying to change. You're a dirty dog. You're a dirty motherfucking dog, and the truth ain't in you. Fuck it. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments. J. Cole once helped Wale overcome writer's block. Cole assisted him to help ending his creative struggles. Wale once said, my friends, my musical friends, how do y'all deal with writer's block? I've tried a lot of things over the past. Once, J. Cole tried to teach this man to meditate. That didn't work. Why? Wale music is woman-based, relationship-based. If you're not talking about a woman, or if you're not involved, you don't have shit to talk about. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Nigga never wanted to hear Wale on no money shit or no other type of shit. You know what I mean? But another tip J. Cole told him was, you know, don't worry about the inspiration. Have trust that the first line will lead to the second line and third line. Let that inspire your pen. Look, bro, just clear yourself and just be yourself, bro. Center your chi and just be your fucking self. Let the words come from within. If we being honest, you shouldn't even need no pen. You've been doing this, bro. You're supposed to be a professional. It doesn't take a pen to get your thoughts up. That's why you're fucking up. That's why your music lacks creativity, my friend. Y'all drop it in the comments. And if you think I don't know what I'm talking about, please do go jam my albums. Max Headroom by Squats from the Playground. If you want to go a little deeper and understand the mind of the maniac, The Feelings of the Father by Squats from the Playground. Streaming everywhere. Shout out Wale. But you have no excuses to be a signed rapper and say you do this for a living. You shouldn't be suffering from writer's block. Be more creative. That's how you solve that shit. Experience more. Experience more. Like I said, Wale is good when he talks about the women. But if you're not talking about the women, nigga, we only want to know what Diddy was doing when he hung you, what you was doing when Diddy hung you over the balcony by your motherfucking Nikes. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Play. Will Smith, based on a true story album, is Lackluster. Look, he was promoting this thing like a motherfucker, going everywhere. Nigga think he could actually just have something or was gonna come out a little bit more inspired. You know what I mean? But turns out Will Smith should have stayed retired. This is unarguably one of his worst CDs ever. It didn't even bother to even try to touch the Billboard 200, fam. Y'all drop it in the comments. This thing has been out for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Nobody has listened to it, nor did they even attempt to even try to listen to it. Look, bro, garbage. Basura. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta stop pumping this shit like it's really gonna be something. Bro, it didn't even have one tune on it, bro. This dude was done with Get Jiggy With It. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Get Jiggy With It. Nah, he will finish, bro. Let's just be honest. Sometimes it's better to keep that shit locked away. But on some freestyle shit, oh, yeah. He could still go a little bit. Like, he can make some words, but, man, well, niggas don't understand. This shit started with Dr. Seuss, fam. Yeah, as long as you could Dr. Seuss it, You could do it. You know what I mean? Real shit. Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Will Smith. But if you ain't got some shit that's gonna inspire, just stay retired, bro. Please, brother. It's like embarrassing when y'all come out with this shit and it goes a little something like that. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Y'all drop it in the comments, fam. Scars from the play. Ice Cube announces his first tour in 10 years. It's going to be his first domestic trip of this caliber, this decade. It's called the Truth to Power Tour, a 40-year celebration, 4 decades of attitude. Look, he say, the world needs truth. The people need power. He believes his music bridges the gap and gives them both. Look, drop it in the comments, man. Yeah, drop it in the comments. Why? Because unlike Ice Cube, everybody else did all type of weird shit behind the scenes. Everything this man has done has showed he has kept his man card and his principles and morals intact. Look, shout out Ice Cube, bro. He deserves everything he get, all the accolades. Look, there's gonna be 22 shows from September to October, ending in Toronto. Pre-sale tickets going on sale April 16th. Go and get your ticket. Go on support Ice Cube. Why? He's actually real, fam. Yeah. When you got something that's real, you try to support it and hold on to it. That's Ice Cube. That's Ice Cube, bro. That's the West Coast. If you really want to know, it ain't Kendrick Lamar. It ain't Kendrick Lamar. It's an Ice Cube. The West Coast is an Ice Cube, nigga. So if you support the West Coast, you be right there supporting Ice Cube and his whole 3-on-3 big 3 league. Drop it in the comments. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real, bro. Scars from the play. Kanye West promises new album WW3 is on the way with Dave Blunt. Look, he said he met Dave Blunt 2 months ago, and the album is almost finished. It's on the way. Give it a little time. Look, he keeps saying that shit, but I will tell you this. Dave recently performed the lead single off that Hell Hitler album. It was terribly mid, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. This CD will be just like the Bully CD, garbage, basura, you know what I mean? Or in the famous words of Damon Wayans, he could have kept it. You know what I mean? Real shit. It's going to be the same outcome despite him having the fat bastard all over it or even on one track. Look, bro, it's going to be mid. Drop it in the comments. Kanye West ain't got it no more. I'm being honest. I'm being real, bro. He's too attached to the bullshit to make anything substantial. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. Dave Blunt is a Big Mo impersonator. On top of that, he tries to act like Trippie Redd. Now, do I believe his pain is real? Yeah, I believe his pain is real. But his shit all computer and animated, and he sits on his big ass while he do it. Look, the whole thing is just horrible. Look, y'all drop it in the comments. It ain't to hate on him. A lot of people say he's a kid. He's a kid. Once you become 500 pounds, nigga, nobody sees you as a kid anymore. Nigga, beat your ass like Rocky. Beat a pack of meat. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bruh. You 18, brother. You must eat right. You must eat right, and you must take care of yourself. And you must show love to Big Mo. It ain't no other way. We don't want to hear you don't know who Big Mo is. Nigga, fuck you, and fuck Ye, and fuck their fans. The album is gonna be mid. Real shit, drop it in the comments, man. Carter facing sexual allegations. Look, he was rocked by a lawsuit by a woman accusing him of sexually assaulting her and giving her several STDs. Not one, not two, not three, but many STDs. Look, this relationship was consensual until it turned dark. One day she told him to put on a rubber. He refused to do that. So he took it anyway. Several times she said he gave her a few STDs that went from HPV to stage 2 cervical cancer. On top of that, she also tested positive for gonorrhea, chlamydia, look, everything under the sun. This is that stay away from Nick Carter package. Stay away from Nick Carter. You know what I mean? Look, bro, if you're not men, buddy, If you're not in a celebrity world, you don't even want to be dealing with these celebrities. Why they not taking care of themselves? Yeah, they're not taking. It looks good on the outside, but in the inside, it's ugly, dirty, nasty, and riddled with all type of STDs, allegedly. Look, y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. John Kingston arrested after failing to pay a $100,000 bond. He was taken into federal custody after failing to pay $100,000 in cash to maintain a bond agreement. Look, he agreed on a layered bond. It was $200,000 in cash and $500,000 surety bond. Couldn't pay it. He's gonna have to remain behind bars until trial starts July 11th. Look, where is Willie D when you need him? When you be scheming with the wire fraud shit, you must get at Willie D, cause Willie D only got a year, fam. You know what I mean? Now Willie D scam wasn't quite as elaborate, but they saying that man snitched to get up there, bro. Whatever Willie D told Sean Kingston and his mother need that same package, dog. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. The mother got 1 count. He got about 4, 5 counts of conspiracy fraud. $112,000 TV. Did the same thing with the car man. Did the same thing with the watch man. Allegedly, YK Osiris got him a watch out the deal too. You know what I mean? They were scheming, fam. Drop it in the comments, bro. Just how it ends, unfortunately. And bro ain't made no music in a minute, bro. Maybe Sean Kingston is big overseas, but ever since Beautiful Girls, and I don't even think that's him. I think that's B.O.B. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Big Homie.CC throwing shots at Kevin Gates. He say that man competes in Zelselmania, and behind the scenes, he likes to be referred to as Kevin Gay. Allegedly, fam, Kevin got the Dwight Howard complex. Yeah, he like to play in the forbidden garden. Let's call it that. He likes pussy, bro. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real with this shit. Kevin Gates is a total fucking weirdo. Total weirdo, bro. I'm obliged to believe it. He was even hitting his cousin off a couple years ago, bro. Knowing it was his cousin. This is Kevin Gates. Back in the day, yeah, when he was in prison, after he got out, you could see how straight he kept his eyebrows. You know what I mean? Always looking so serious. Word on the street, Kevin Gates was getting hit up in prison. And you know what? I'm going to put it out there. He sucked the trans off. Bro, this is getting weird. It's getting sticky. You know what I mean? Shout out Big Homie.CC. Confused me quite a bit when he said he hadn't used these. He preferred to use weapons. At 6'9", fam, I admit, when you talk about demonstrating, nigga, please talk about using your hands and just be quiet with the extra tough shit, please. But I'm obliged to believe everything he's saying about old Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates. You know what I mean? Bro, and let's just mention this. Him being with Brittany Renner now after she allegedly slept with Charleston White and he sent her over there to sleep with Charleston White. Now she's Muslim. Bro, she's a whore. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. She's a whore. It's an act. It takes a while to be able to convert that deeply. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. It's to make Kevin Gates seem like, oh, he married a nice Muslim woman. Kevin Gates is a fraud. Has a lot of sense and intelligence up there, but he uses it for the wrong purpose. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. And like Big Homie.CC say, he likes that other community. He likes to dip his stick in mud. You know what I mean? That's the best way I can see it. He likes to dip his stick in mud. Look, y'all drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Big Homie.CC. I believe him. Yeah, who wouldn't? But why wouldn't you believe him? Yeah, that's the better question, man. West claims he was a victim of child abuse. Like he said, his mama, Donda, was a lesbian that slept with his babysitter, that every time she felt the need to, she would open her hand and smack the blue out of him. Smack him black and blue. Look, drop it in the comments. Now this man is talking about his mother. He's talking about his mother, bro. Y'all, this dude is hella weird. If he was getting whooped, They didn't whip him hard enough. Let's just be honest. They didn't. Let's be real. They should have. He talking about, well, switches are different these days. We used to have to get switches off the tree. Look, now she trying to act like, he trying to act like she did him like Joe Jackson was doing Michael and them. No, bro. She didn't whoop your ass hard enough. That's why at 54 years old, you're still acting out. You didn't get the right ass whoopings. Your mother can't give you that ass whooping that you deserve. Got to be a man. Got to be a man. If your mother was whooping your ass growing up, you didn't learn. That's why most of us that wasn't raised with our fathers in the house, and I was, man. My daddy was around until I was about 12. But most of us that wasn't raised with a father in the house, now, one time my mama slapped me about 10 times. Stop. Pow. I wouldn't react. Stop. Pow. Wouldn't react. Pop, 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 pop. You know what I mean? About 10 licks, I finally, you know what I mean? Real shit, this is how it be. But the licks really don't fade you when it's coming from a woman. You need a nigga to do that. Or, unfortunately, you're going to find yourself at a tender age like Kanye West, still acting out like a little child that deserves a fucking ass whooping. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Look, y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the play. Walka throwing shots at Sina Athari. Black Diamond CEO behind him. He put his money into Lil Jeremy, people like D-Baby. Look, Sauce Walka came out and said this dude was nothing but a trick and a lick. Wasn't doing nothing but using his daddy's money to get people on a compilation. Ain't never did nothing for Houston. This is what the whole Tex Us movement. Look, bro, what people don't understand is when people put money into the game, they expect to get money out the game. Yeah, Sauce Albert quick to say Cena owes him money, but that nigga didn't recoup off of nothing you rap. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. If he gave y'all money, he was just giving away money, trying to do something for the cities. You know what I mean? Trying to do something for Texas. But ain't none of y'all worth the motherfucker. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, because y'all not scars from the playground. Balance the music, check the music out. You'll see, bro, these niggas wasn't even worth it. Cena actually wasted his money, but you gonna call him out like he was a trick. Nah, bro, all you doing is messing it up for everybody else that he could potentially spin that bag on. You know what I mean? Walka, you want to be the guy. But it don't work like that, Albert. Yeah, it don't work like that. You can't gusto this shit, bro. That's what people don't understand. You can't gusto this shit. If it ain't really in you and not on you, it ain't believable, nigga. I'm gonna say that again. If it ain't in you and it's only on you, it's not believable enough for you to lead the pack. You know what I mean? You can't be a leader, my nigga. You can't be the leader. You wasn't born to lead. You know what I mean? Real shit. You got your money just as illegitimate. That money was legitimate. That man got ill from a daddy. Yeah, at least it wasn't young, underage prostitutes, bro. Let's just be honest. At least it wasn't from a gay platform like OnlyFans. And that's family money. Yeah. Well, what you gonna be tripping over because a nigga got a little nepotism? Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out that dude, Sina Athari. Nigga, you wasted your money because you didn't recoup on the artist that you spent it on. Trying to do something for Texas when your ass really should have branched out or opened your eyes a little wider because you wasn't responding to the right messages. Bottom line, scars from the playground.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clipper. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.